No counting. 3, 2.
You knew it was coming.
I didn't. You said you were gonna go live 15 minutes ago.
N- Now we're lying.
It was 8 mic checks, 3 camera checks, back to 9 mic checks to 2 camera checks, and then you turned it on without unbeknownst to anyone in the room. This is how things are run, guys. If you could just bear with us. Um, but anyway, we're gonna get into it because we're back. So we're going to welcome back to another different, another edition of Nothing But
Answers,
Answers.
answers, answers.
Place to come to get all the answers that you need. As you have seen in the past, we have saved multiple lives, saved countless relationships, broken up countless relationships. We have done it all. We're here to help and help. Sometimes you need to get away from people. We help you get away from them. That's what we do here. But let's get into it. How you doing, Lee?
I'm cool.
Those type of nights I see. Thanks. What's going on here? And D, how are you? Since Lee is
I am good. It was a nice day today. Ready for the weekend.
right. I'm ready. I think next week is going to be hot. I heard maybe possible heat wave. I'm for it. It's the weather Lynn likes. She likes it when it's real hot, and she likes to get real hot and bothered. Right, Lynn?
You got me chopped.
Lynn, don't tell a tale. Okay, we're not gonna start with that. We're gonna start with honesty. This show we speak honesty here. Okay. So we like everybody's week was pretty good. This week was pretty good. The weather's getting better. Anything this week anyone saw that they would like to talk about?
So not anything necessarily that I saw, but something that I experienced yesterday. I just want to ask your opinion on.
Story
My
time.
son plays volleyball for Lenape High School, which is not the most diverse of schools. Definitely not a very diverse sport. But he happened to be playing yesterday against Shawnee High School, which is even less diverse. Um, and they're playing their warm-up music, and these fools are dropping the N-word left and right, like it's sweet. So my initial response was, maybe it's just one song or two. I take out my phone and send quick email to athletic directors and to coaches. But then I see these little lollipop heads over there bobbing their heads and singing along, to which I'd had enough. And then I had to embarrass my son and pretty much ask them, like, what in the world is going on with this music? And why are we allowing this language during this game?
Mhm.
And it opened a very interesting dialogue between me and my children. There was a time when my generation, we're not letting nobody say that word that's not us. And we definitely would not allow someone to be rocking out to it that has that looks nothing like us at all.
Right. No connection.
And so I was just telling them, whether or not you're offended by use of the word yourself, we don't allow other people to use that word in your presence. And my son kind of understood. My youngest, my daughter, though, was really like confused by my anger or frustration, or why I felt like I needed to ask them to shut it down. She's like, well, they didn't write the song, they didn't record the song. I'm like, yeah, but there are so many other songs. Or honestly, you could have played the daggone radio edit. I don't understand why it had to be those songs, and why these two little knuckleheads felt like it was okay to rock out to it too. So I got an apology email from both principals today, which is cool. And they're looking into it. But I was hot at that daggone volleyball game yesterday, and I was curious as to what you two would have done. Like, how would you have felt? Would you have reacted? Would there have been a reaction?
Leanne, I see you holding your lips. You trying to hold back something? Go ahead, let it out, Leanne.
I'm not holding back anything. I am actually
it's a safe
trying
space.
to
Leanne,
find something.
It's a safe space. You can let it out.
Okay, give me a second.
Very interesting. It's interesting, like you said, because it's common for these kids to listen to music, and it just becomes music, and they like the music, and they, like you said, they're just rocking out to it. Also, I feel like when that happens, it's kind of like dog whistle. It's like one of them things where I know you couldn't play anything that had any derogatory slang towards like Jewish people or other people, right? We know that would be stopped immediately.
Right.
They let it go because they're okay with it. They're okay with it. And actually, it's a way to say the word and the things that they want to do, and what they feel a safe space, because those schools are predominantly, PHI.
Lacking melanin.
Right. PHI, predominantly white, PWI, excuse me, institutions. So it's kind of like a backhanded thing where they do that. How I would handle it, I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know how I would handle it. I know I would have been upset. It probably would have been something there, a big scene, and I probably ended up getting banned from the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Only because, like you said, it's just not. It's so out of place, and there's a billion songs to play. And I mean, just the fact that, we should, I would think that anything where a crowd is around, you want to play the clean version of things, right? You wouldn't have those type of, you wouldn't want cuss words in your songs, right? If there's MFers and this, that, or next, I don't think the song would be allowed to be played. So there would be, I would have serious issues with it. I'm just not sure how I would have handled it. But it's very interesting. Now, I really wonder how they handle it. The apology's cool. I mean, that's easy to do. I'm sorry that they played the nigger. But now what is done about it? Because I think it's culturally insensitive. And sometimes our children don't realize either, because they're product of the same environment. We're hearing the word, hearing the songs, they rock into the songs, and it well, I guess it starts to bring another question I think I'm thinking about right now. Is that word losing its meaning in with the younger folks? Do they not look at it with the same vitriol that we know it to be, that we who are older hold it to be? Like I said, when I was young, you wasn't saying that,
right?
Especially not somebody of the culture. We're not letting that go down. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
So, that's tough. And
well,
again,
my children got education yesterday.
That's good, but
they never saw it before.
School really needs more of education because it's really culturally insensitive. Like I said, if they was up there talking about MFer, this, that, and next, I know they wouldn't allow them to do that. So why is this word acceptable? Why is something that could be so harmful to a group of people is said to be okay? So that's really the question I have for the school. You guys are saying it's okay to say this word. It's okay for you to not educate the kids, because the kids were playing it. I would, hey, listen, we can't play that. Coaches should have stepped in and said, hey, what are we doing here?
Right.
All
the adults in the room.
Right. So even if the kids did it, they were allowed to by adults. So it's very interesting. That's very interesting. Someone said, "Do we think reparation been paid already?" No, but Leanne's friends are all showing up.
Not my friends, but on the other
Frank
side of
said
that,
he don't care. Well, we'll log off then. Frank.
they're having a conversation amongst themselves.
Oh, sorry. Stay on, Frank.
I don't know that I would have said anything. I definitely would have been bothered by it. I would have had a conversation with mine. Absolutely. I don't know that I would have said anything right then and there. I would have voiced a complaint after. Um, but good for you. I think you handled that the best way possible.
Right.
And I think I wouldn't have said anything right then and there because I run hot. And it goes from 0 to we flipping tables. So there's no in between for me. And I feel like if I'd have lost my cool, it wouldn't have had the best outcome possible for our voice to be heard and reasonings behind it. I'd have just been another one of those.
Nah, Leanne, sometimes you gotta show them. Sometimes you gotta show them.
In words.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta show them. You gotta give them what they want, right? If you looking for it, okay, I can give you that.
I'm gonna be honest. That's where it ended. So I started out Calm Cool Collected with the email, but the third song in, I was literally yelling at the top of my young lung that they need to turn the music off. To which again, my children were mortified.
Right.
But my response, loud enough for all to hear, was, "If you're calling for ends, the ends are here." And I mean, because it really is infuriating. One song you could say, okay, maybe again the adults in the room, right. Maybe they missed it, but 3 or 4 songs where we're using this language, there's no way, like you said, that apparently this is a part of their culture. And being that we were the only Black family represented in the gym at the time, there are 2 Black boys on the squad. They weren't expecting anybody else to be there to witness. So I'm with you. Like, this must be, until someone tells them is wrong. Well, you know this is just what's expected for them.
I would say this, Donnie. What I would do is I'm gonna go get some Kanye West, and I know he has some anti-Semitic songs. Let's play them. Okay? No. So you guys are. It's music. It's culture, right? It's culture. It's what they listen to. So let's play it. Right? Let's play it in some of these arenas and see how they like it.
Right.
And be like, no. After the third song, we'll stop. So then you'll see the difference. I guarantee it'd have been a different. A whole thing would have been shut down if it was something that was against another race, right? And it just shows the lack of power we have in these situations where we can respect it and there's nothing we can do about it, right?
The lack of power and the lack of respect. Like, if you don't even care for people who are part of your school body,
well, stop.
That contribute to your.
You're not people, Leanne. They don't look at you as people, right? We give you credit by saying, because obviously you don't look at us like people, because if you did, like you said, you respect that this could be harmful. Just on the fact that it could be harmful, you're like, let's not do that because that could offend somebody. And not only, the problem is it shouldn't only offend people of color.
Right.
That's it.
Issue, right? Everybody shouldn't be offended. Like, oh my God, did you hear that word, Tom? Tell them to turn it off. Stop it. Like, everyone should have been offended. And the problem is they weren't, is more showing where the problem really lies. This is okay. It's like white chicks. Like, there's none of them around, so we can say it. And that's what it is. And then the one person there, he don't have any power. They're looking at him like, say something. And luckily you were strong enough to say something.
Well, even going to the point of educating your children, I feel like, right now in this day and age, children are letting it slide a lot more than we ever would. And it's a testament to the parents not educating them or wanting them to fit in. Don't don't say anything. Don't be looked at. You want to fit in and be seen as one of them. And it shouldn't take that, because we are different, but we can respect each other's differences and have friendship, companionship on a level of mutual respect, not one of disrespect and buffoonery. I shouldn't have to put on royals for you to be accepted. And I shouldn't have to overlook and ignore things that has been historically detrimental to my lineage.
Well, this goes directly to the lack of teaching in school today, why they're trying to get out of teaching history, right? Because if you don't know history, like I said, this word becomes a word. It becomes another word, right? So then now it can be used, and I don't know how the kids are using it. I don't know if they're using it in a derogatory manner, if they're trying to be slick about it. I'm not sure how they're using it, but the lack of respect for, like I said, somebody can come in that gym and be triggered, especially to see people singing along, right? You hear it, it's one thing. When the kids are like, my, and then you punch the kid, now you're in jail, right? Child abuse, you're in trouble. And I think, see, that's where my problem would be. I'd really have to think about what I would do, because I know when I would say something, I would be, hey, listen, that music really is not really appropriate for the gym. There's people in here of all races. And what do you mean? And each question they would have would just enrage me more, to the point now I'm with Leanne, the tables are turned over. Now I'm being carted off and beat up by the police. You know,
because we shouldn't be taken out of history books. We shouldn't be taken lightly or as a joke. It's ridiculous. And I know somebody's gonna say, well, they shouldn't put it in their songs anyway. But again, it's a culture thing,
Right.
at this point. And yes, we can say it. We have ownership over it. We own the word.
We understand it's a double standard. We don't care.
Exactly.
Well, how I would diffuse that is, like I said, you wouldn't want something with cuss words in it, right? If they were MFing, if they were saying vulgar types, suck this and do this, I guarantee that probably would be looked at, and they would hear that and want to turn that off. So if they really are cool with the music being whatever it is, then let's play some of this. Like I said, I'm gonna play some of this Kanye West anti-Semitic stuff or whatever he put out there, or play some of these vulgar lyrics from these different songs of, of all different, genres have music that may go there. So we can play some of that if that's what we want to do. So it's interesting. I really do think it's just a lack of respect for the people, lack of respect. And then, like I said, I think some people are doing it on purpose to disprove a point.
Just to say I can, and I've done it.
And real quick, I had to go to my daughter's school because I don't know if I said it, but they were using it. He said that he was talking about freedom of speech, and he said he can go to the hood and say the N-word if he wants. I said, do it. No, I'm not going to do it. I said, no, do it. You're free to do it.
Matter of fact,
you're not free of consequence, right?
And that's what people don't understand.
But you're not free of consequence. So please use your freedom of speech. Speak what's on your heart. I want you to. But also, I said you should be in any area. It has to be the hood. It could be a rural area. They should be just as upset at hearing that word as anywhere else, right? So you do have to meet this stuff face, at his face. Now I don't know, because he was like, I didn't know, just using an analogy, and I'm like, could have used another now. Don't use it again, because of the pain and suffering that comes with that word. Don't use it again. Well, I didn't say the word. I said, I know you didn't because you're still sitting here, right? Right? Like I let him know you're still sitting here. That's why I know you didn't say it. But even the N word is referencing it, and you're not respecting that some of the kids in the class could feel some type of way about it that you're not connected to. So you may not know the feeling, and I'm not going to act like you do know what it feels like, but don't do it again. You know, so you do have to meet this stuff head on, and you have to, like I said, teach your children so they'll know that. Because, like I said, I think sometimes they do it on purpose to kind of put in your face. You know, my nigga, my nigga, and they're like, yeah, you my nigga, and they don't even know that. You know, they don't know the pain and stuff that comes with it. But you know, that's a tough one. I'm glad you stood up because you did show them that they need to stand up. They saw it in real time, and that is the biggest lesson they'll learn. They'll take from it. Like my mom stands up. You know, I need to stand up for certain things, and that's great. That's great. So hats off to you for that. My daughter probably saw me get locked up, but my dad got locked up.
On show today. Daggone it.
I saw this, and it just raised a bunch of questions.
Okay.
Anthony Edwards is reportedly being pulled back into a situation he clearly thinks is already handled with money. Sources say Aisha Howard and Shannon Jackson, the mother of his children, are trying to reestablish contact not for drama, but because the kids are starting to ask questions. They want more than deposits hitting their account. They want a father showing up. But Ant-Man's stance is cold and transactional. From his perspective, cutting the check equals doing his part.
I don't know.
And it goes on to say some other stuff, but you get the gist.
Yeah, so I think some of this might not be true because, or taken out of context, because he already said like he got him pregnant, he didn't want nothing to do with him. So he's technically not doing his part. He's doing what he's liable for.
Legally required to do.
Right.
That's what he's already said. I don't want nothing to do with these kids. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have had them. So they are being messy by doing this. They are trying to be back in the media to get another 15 minutes of fame because this is settled already. And he's pretty clear on his stance. And he don't want nothing to do with them little bastards. That's his words, not mine. So that's them. You know what I mean? You pick who you lay with. I think the one joint was like a one night or something like that. I don't know if he's even in a relationship with these people. So if you pick the person you lay with, that's on you. Why? What are they talking to him for? He made it clear what his stance was. You thought he was going to change? Joke's on you. What do you think, Leanne? Tell me what you think.
It's disheartening. I understand where it comes from and everything, and they should have picked better and things like that. But I also think two people made a decision to do what two people do, and consequences come out of that.
Girl, I'm sorry. I was just something's in my throat.
And consequences come out of that.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
If you don't want to take responsibility, and fully be a part of what that consequence was, it's definitely disheartening. Again, it's a shame because a child is in this world that won't know a parent and have a love from a parent because of decisions that was made and
by his mom.
And whatever, I'm done.
What do you think, D?
How is the mom? I really need to know how the mom is solely responsible. Did she drug the man? Did
the mom have to have the baby?
I mean,
it's really the question.
Maybe ethically, maybe she felt ethically and morally she had to. I mean, I don't know. So,
have to have the baby? That's all I'm asking.
Depending on what state she in.
Or what? Like, I'm seriously, or what mental state, or what?
No, physical state.
I know what you
What
mean.
state she in.
I know what you meant.
Exactly.
But I'm
Oh,
just saying,
okay.
like,
Listen,
the
I don't
act
care
of
what state she was in.
procreation.
I don't care what state she was in. When you don't have a relationship with somebody, you land with people giving it up fast, both of them being fast.
Yeah, him too.
Things can happen, and he can
So-
say, "I want to be a part of this." That's okay.
So why didn't he get her a morning after pill? If that's the case, if he
Oh.
knew for certain,
Because she wanted to come up. He's a basketball player. She's trying to get money. That's all she was. She's a high price. She wanted money because he said from the beginning he didn't want that baby. Soon as she said she's pregnant, I don't want it. It wasn't like they were in a relationship and they were chilling for a little bit. You know,
then
this
why
was-
is she in there raw? Like, there still has to be some level of accountability.
Yeah.
I mean, you just poking whatever.
no, wait, he's
You
poking
raw
whatever.
dogging whatever.
So he took it from her. That's what happened. Or she
What?
willingly opened her legs.
No, did she take it from him? Is what I'm saying. Two people made a choice that night.
Grown and,
Hold
and
up.
they both did it raw.
Dude from Earth. It takes bands, and by bands I mean cash money, for someone to marry you so that you can come to the United States. Depending on how much money you have, depends on what type and quality wife and relationship you will receive.
Hey man, send me a text that what's it called?
Now I might be inclined to help, but again, this costs fees. I will look for you. You know what I'm saying?
You go send your price list. We got a price list. The NBA price list.
Oh, that's
We gonna
hilarious.
post next week.
Yeah, this to me is silly. It's a non-starter. If you're with a person and they don't want to have a baby, you have a baby, then you're gonna be a single parent. I don't
Yeah,
wanna
but
hear-
it still doesn't take away from the fact that the kid will suffer.
Well, that's the mom's fault. She made the decision to have a kid.
You made the decision to lay down.
And if the mom didn't want the kid and he wanted it, he couldn't have anything to do with that either. So it's up to the mom, right? So it's her decision. So she made the decision. They both made the decision to lay down, but they both didn't make a decision to have a baby.
So I'm not arguing with you that a woman has more power in the circumstance. Okay, but she doesn't have all the power because she didn't take it from him.
No,
He
she has the
willingly
power.
gave the seed.
Wait a minute. And she allowed it to happen. So she allowed to get her.
It's not an allowance. He willingly gave it to her.
Wait. Did she allow it to happen? Because he can't get on top of her without her allowing access to her. Women allow access to them. So then, not only did she allow access to herself, she said, "I'm not protecting myself just as well as he's not protecting himself." And then once the thing happened that we know could happen, she decided to have a baby. It's on her. He didn't want nothing more.
Dude, I can't
If we-
believe you can get real stance.
Tell me how come it not? If you out here just getting your rocks off and you get pregnant, that's on you.
Because you can't just get your rocks off.
Well, again,
There are
that's
consequences to getting your rocks off.
who leaves with the baby. The man doesn't. I'm going to go on with my life. So if you are going to be stuck with a baby, knowing that this can happen to you, that's on you. You have you like as a man, I can go have sex, I can leave, like just like he did. We know that can happen. So if you're not going to protect yourself in the sense that, well, I can get pregnant and I'm gonna have to take care of this by myself, and he's not going to be here, that's on her.
No, he needs to protect himself too. To not
No,
make
he
a baby,
does.
to be in this circumstance.
But he doesn't have. It's like right now, he's not crying about being with the baby. She's the one crying.
No, the baby's the one crying, like Lee keeps saying. It's the baby that's suffering in the grand scheme. But I
Because of her.
this is like a real thing. You're being real true. You're not. This is not you being playing devil's advocate. This is not you being facetious. This is how men think.
No, I'm just saying this is reality. If I know if I'm gonna have this thing that I'm gonna have to take care of and carry and all these type of things, I know I need to do things for myself. Right? As a man, if you can just go ski and something and leave, you already have the ability to leave and go on to the next one. So all I'm saying is that if you cry about a baby now, about
Hello,
having a baby,
Tanya.
hey, what's up? If you're crying about having a baby and him not being there, that's on you. It wasn't like, again, they weren't in a relationship. It was some like, wham bam type of thing. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's not. There was two ladies, Lynn.
Yes.
Right. I think it happened before too. Right. So it wasn't like the first time that we knew this is how he got down, if I'm not mistaken, where the first time the lady got pregnant, I don't want to do with that baby. I don't really know her. I pay the money and leave it at that. He's been that way. So I'm just saying, everybody has to protect themselves. But if I'm going to be left carrying the bag, I have to protect myself even more than the person who can just walk away.
I can accept that part.
That's all I'm saying. So they kind of knew what they were getting into. They wanted to be with a baller, an NBA player, have money because it looks good and you're going to get paid. And now you're talking about the kid is crying for him. I don't believe the kid is crying for him because you don't know him, never seen him. I don't think, from my understanding, he hasn't seen him a day in his life.
It doesn't matter. A kid is going to cry for their parent.
No, can't cry for something you don't know about.
That's a God honest, bald faced lie.
Okay, so you're telling me a 2-year-old's crying for a dad they don't know about? They can't. They don't know about it. It's a lie. They won't know till what the dad is. You won't know.
At some point, when the child gets old enough, the child will cry for their parent.
But they won't cry for it. The person they don't know. They're not.
Yes, they will.
No, they won't.
Yes, they will.
How can you?
I'm living proof. What are you talking about?
Maybe you cried, but I didn't. You don't cry for what
just
you don't know.
Most people will.
No, most people won't. How you gonna cry for something you don't know?
Not even the idea of. You're not affected by the idea of a second parent. You
may wonder about what the parent looks like and things of that nature, but you never had it. You don't know really what it is. How can you cry for something you don't know what it really is? I know somebody who was what is it, in vitro? So they picked a sperm and egg, put it together. The kid, they technically have a dad, but they don't have a dad. You feel me? So they wonder sometimes like what it looked like. They're not crying for him. You know what I mean? They're not there.
But you also have to know, these moms are making sure these children know a name. They probably have looked them up. They could Google them. They probably watching them on games.
More than that, at some point, when they get school age and things like that, people ask, "Hey, where's your dad?
Right?
Who's your dad?" Or "My dad this."
I don't know. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't know. How many kids don't have dads? It's not like it's something that's rare. Like it's gonna be like one kid don't have a dad. No, there's enough people without dads that the kids will be like, "Oh, we don't have a dad either." Yeah, it's not like it's the opposite way around where 90% of the kids and then you have 5%. So they have, but if you have enough people to align with, like, "Oh, my dad wasn't home either. I'm only with my mom too." Again, you may ask questions, you may wonder, but you ain't gonna be like tripping. Some people might.
People that do. Yeah.
Again, there's always outliers. There's always people that do something. I'm saying, I think that.
Yeah, and I think in this case, you're the outlier.
Not at all. Most people are not going to cry for what they don't know about. Like say you like Dinah said, the ideal or something.
I beg to differ, and I think that you're wrong.
I'm not wrong. What are you crying over if you don't know it? I'm crying over dad. Wait, what is a dad? I don't know. You're not really crying over.
But you will know.
You
will see other people's dads. You will have examples of what dads are supposed to do and be.
Really?
Yes.
That's not true.
That is true.
That's like everybody.
You see stuff on TV all the time.
Right.
They teach kids at a young age, which most kids are in tablets and watching cartoons, and there's always a mom and a dad in the family.
No, it's not.
And you can want that. Like kids manifest to want that.
You can have two parents that want something different. Every kid wants something, but they're not crying over it. Every kid don't like their parents at one point.
I seriously disagree with what you're saying.
Hey, I do this for a living, so I'm not. You can't tell me anything. Ain't nobody crying over what they don't have. Again, people might ask questions, right? They may ask. I know one girl. She asked questions. She was wondering what she was because she was light skinned and she had a certain type of hair. So she was like, my dad white or Puerto Rican, or she didn't know until she was like 19 when she finally met her dad. And she's like, I always wondered what he was like because I didn't know. But nobody's crying over anything. We're made so we don't like live in the past, unless you got an issue. We're made so we just can get past things, because not we would sit there and perseverate over things all the time.
Well, maybe I'm the one with the issue.
Well, I can't deny. I'm not going to say you're not, but you might have. I don't know. Again, I'm not saying some don't, right? But I would say most just are living life. You're not sitting there crying about something you don't have. Like I said, even Father's Day, they said Father's Day cards nobody even get them. So listen, everybody's protect yourself, but it's on the women who have these babies and then get mad at the man, especially if you don't know him. Now, if you're in a relationship, it's different, but I don't think these people are in relationships. I don't think it was that type of thing. So if you get pregnant on a flyby, what do you expect? Do you expect someone that had no commitment to you in the beginning to be committed to something that comes out of you? I just don't think that's a reasonable ask.
But the something is also a part of that man. And are you therefore saying that a man should only be responsible for a child if he likes the mom? Like say y'all are tight when the baby conceived, but then
yes. I mean, if you don't want to be in that situation, you just like it's your body, your choice. If I don't want to be in a situation, I shouldn't be forced to do anything I don't want to do.
So what if you were in a relationship with a woman, you make the baby, and then she does something to disrespect you when the baby is 18 months old? You are therefore no longer beholden unto the child because you don't like the mom?
That's a different situation. Again, I'm talking about the fly-by-nights. If you're in a relationship with somebody and you have something, then obviously you should be there. But if you're not in a relationship if you just out here just willing and dealing, y'all both outside, then what are you doing? If you're not even committed to each other, why do you think somebody should be committed to whatever comes out of you? Doesn't make sense.
So what if you were in a relationship and you decided you ain't like her during the pregnancy? So the answer is then she has to get rid of the baby.
Hey, listen. I think people can do whatever they want to do. You don't have to.
My mind is blown.
Yeah, I don't think. Why do you think someone has to do something?
No one has to do anything. Right. No one has. You're absolutely right. She could have the baby, put the baby up for adoption. She could leave the baby on his front stoop one day because people can leave the baby at a school. Like you have that right. People can do whatever they want to, but it's just shocking to me.
It's not shocking. I know that people can do what they want to do. So you need to, before you do something like that, make sure you're with someone. And again, nothing's guaranteed, but invest in people before you do these things. That's really what it comes down to.
I agree.
If you're meeting people,
I'm not listening. Nobody
is going to really be. I can't expect anybody to be with someone or do anything when I only been with you, a short amount of time, or we don't really know each other, and then that happens. That's what I'm saying. So if he doesn't want to be there, then he don't have to be there. Then you just have to deal with it on your own, or go to court and get just like these women did. They went to court. They got the financial piece. They're talking about they want a father piece, but you didn't come into it with that type of relationship.
For that. I understand.
Right? That's what it was. So
I get that part.
Again, I think you should always take care of your kids if you can, but not that you have to, not that you will. Leanne, don't get mad. Okay.
I'm not mad at all. But we've exhausted.
No, we have
exhausted the.
You say we exhausted it. We're talking about it because we're trying to get to the bottom of. Just play something else, Leanne. It's ridiculous. Where's Vaughn at when I need him? I need Vaughn to get you right. This is what I need.
So this man was dating this woman that got into an argument with another man, and instead of validating her feelings and protecting her, he dumped her. I want you to check this video out.
So apparently she went out, got into an argument with a man. Mm-hmm. Got to arguing with him and stuff like that. And then I guess like he tried to get physical with her. Mm-hmm. So she ended up leaving the club or whatever. Her friend stayed, she left. She ended up texting the guy that she was dating, telling him about what was going on. Instead of him jumping to her defense, he said, first of all, you wasn't even supposed to be there tonight.
Yep. Yeah. Now that's
Secondly, why would you argue with a man in the club and I'm not there?
Yep.
Yeah. Third of all, Why would you argue with the man in the club? Period. You don't know this man. You don't know what he got outside in his trunk. You don't know nothing. So basically, he told her, "You're wrong. You know, you don't listen. You're at this point. I don't even want to deal with you no more because you won't even allow me to leave. You don't listen to nothing that I say. I'm not about to lose my future. I'm not about to lose my life because I'm defending you when you decided to be dumb in that moment. So."
Can't date
So
a
did
woman
the
with
man
rapping in
do
her.
anything by leaving the woman simply because she got into
Hello, I'm not here right now. So what you got, Leanne? You played this one. So what you got?
I think he's absolutely right. Again, this is one of those, just like, I don't want to say just like the whole baby thing, but you put yourself in a situation, you got to know that there's repercussions to the situation that you put in. Give me 1 second.
Tell him you'll talk to him later. What you got, dude? What you think?
100% in agreement. Like there's you wrong on all sides in this circumstance for putting yourself in this situation, and now you're gonna put somebody you're supposed to care about at risk. You don't know what you're walking them into. Yeah, girlfriend definitely dead wrong, and they both better off for being apart as a result. Good riddance to both.
Like Leanne said, it's the same thing with the baby, right? If you don't have a connection, why do you feel like I'm going to give you my protection? Right? It's the same thing. It's no different. If you're not under my umbrella, I say it all the time, if you're not under my umbrella, I can't protect you from the rain. Right? If you're outside of my umbrella, you're going to get rained on. I'm not chasing you. So he said a couple things. He said, look, you weren't supposed to be there. Whatever that means. Maybe they talked about it. She still was like, I'm going out. Cool. Strike one. Then you're arguing with a man. Why are you arguing with someone? Right? And then going to, call me to now come fight this gentleman who may or may not have, I'm not even sure what the argument started over. So we can't, everybody's popping on and off to do what they want to do. Well, that's what I do.
First off, shut up.
Got a trick for y'all. I'm about to show y'all. But no, I think that, and that's the thing, when even if I was with a woman and she started arguing with a man, I'm just walking away from her. She got it. Like, if you want to argue with him, go ahead. I'm going to walk away. You handle it. Because, I think men know the threat of arguing with another man. We know where that can go. And for her to argue with him, it shows a lack of respect for where that could go. And that's my concern. Like, you're not even being smart. If somebody does something, all right, cool, just keep it moving. You don't argue with a man. These men are sick out here. They will knock your head off and won't care. I think it was one like that in the maybe a couple years ago where they were like in a Chinese store or something, and the guy was arguing with the woman, and he was like, "Say something else, I'm gonna knock your head off." And he went and he punched the heck out of this woman, but her son was in the car, got her gun, and ended up shooting the man. But she's arguing with this guy in a Chinese store, like, for what? Yeah, I agree. I'm getting away from you too, because you're putting me at risk. I'm not Superman. I'm willing to defend you if I have to. We're out. Something goes down, I got you all day. But I'm not going to come to a club that you at arguing with some man. Come get him because he did it. Like, I'm cool on that. Have fun, sis. That's not for me. Like Leanne said, it's the same thing with the pregnancy. If you're not under my protection, I can't give you my affection if you ain't under my protection. Give me something else, Leanne.
Oh my God.
I start rapping in here, you know what I mean? Drop some bars for y'all. It's interesting. But fellas, that's what we gotta do. We gotta let them go. If they ain't on our time, let them go. All right, Leanne, what we got here? I can't see it.
I took his food and made him take the trash out. His mom didn't like it.
Sit down and eat.
What you mean? Hold on. No. See, that's the problem. You intervene. Hey, man, take the trash out, man.
Stop eating.
Listen.
Come back here.
Stop double parenting.
Nothing out.
Stop double parenting. I done told you about that. He can wait. He can. He'll wash his hands. He can wash his hands. Stop double parenting.
You can get up out of here.
Oh, so it's not his house. Sound like it's not his house.
Even if it was his house.
No, it's a little different if it's not your house. Right? You can't come over and it's kind of like the same, almost like we talked about earlier, but you can't just drop in and be dad when you want to be dad in her house. I can't make rules for somebody else's house. I know that from the rip. I can't go to my daughter's mom's house and set any rules. That's her house. So if she wants him to eat first and then take the trash out, who am I? Right now we're in a pissing contest. And it doesn't make sense. And the kid is in the middle. I'm not going to ever go to your house and make rules for our child. I don't agree to that. I think that's wrong. You know what I mean? I think I have to respect the rules in your home. I could be wrong, but that's just how I would rock. D?
No, I'm in agreement. I feel like in that circumstance, she definitely has a right to enforce what she feels is right. Like, she made him dinner. It's her trash.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you want.
Right. I don't know how, and I'm not. And again, it seems like it's contentious anyway. Because why are you coming over to argue? Right. You know, I'm not coming to your house to argue.
I think they live together, to be honest.
Okay, and it could. When she said you can get out of here, to me that would first of all, if you say that to me in my home, that's a whole nother problem.
Yeah, there's other videos of, but they're together, so it's not. It didn't seem to me that this was two separate household situation.
It can't be, Leanne. It can't be, because if you telling me if you telling me to get out, to leave my own house, then this relationship already is terrible, right? And why I would say they probably can't live in the same house, because how come this is the first time the argument came up about the trash and dinner? You know what I mean? I don't know. I hear what you're saying.
A lot of their arguments is the man says one thing, she says another. Mm. So it's always a situation where the kid is stuck in the middle. He gets one directive from the father and one directive from the mother.
I wonder if that's real then. Is it something they're doing for clout? Because it just doesn't make sense. That's too contentious.
We got a comment from Pink Fairy that says maybe she just meant get out of the kitchen or the area that they were in.
Where'd that come from?
Or get out of my face.
Where'd that come at, Leah? Where'd that comment come at?
Comments.
What comments?
It came from the comments, fam.
What comments, Leanne?
I just told you it came from the comments.
What comments? There's no comments up here. I see the comments here. I see the comments there. I don't see any Pink Fairy. Where the comments come from?
This particular person is working on trying to get on YouTube, but in the meantime, they are
just checking. Leanne got some side hustle going on. Hey, I want to cut her that too.
Shut up.
No. So okay, it could have meant that, but even that is still that relationship, even for the child, is very dysfunctional. If they're talking to each other like that, I can only imagine what the kids are gonna grow up and think a relationship looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's gonna be very interesting. That's tough. And it's terrible parenting. Like, they're both arguing over something that, and it's something so small. It's basically like a pissing guy, you know, like he's like, well, I said, and she's like, well, I'm not saying. And yeah, again, she outside of my umbrella. Once I say what I said, it's over.
Also, why are they recording it? Like, that's the nature of their content, is just showing their dysfunction.
See, and that's why I would think
it seems like it.
Right. So maybe it's something they're doing just for content and they're making it up. 'Cause I'm like, I would think you're videotaping because he's not supposed to be there. He came over to see his son, and this is what happens, right? That's what I would see, because that's what I would do if I was going to my daughter's mom's house. I would record everything. You know what I mean? That's interesting, though. But I feel bad for the kid, because he's really the one that's caught in the middle of this. And it brings us back to the first topic. Do you want that type of energy around your kid? They're asking a man to come around that doesn't want to be there. Like, I'm gonna let you know, you only got to tell me once that you don't be around my kid, and I guarantee you will never hear from me again. It's never another ask. Hey, you sure? No. Once you tell me no, you don't want to do it. I'm cool because I'd rather not have energy around my kid like that. That kid is going to be traumatized. And it kind of looked like if they're acting, he's a great actor, the kid. Because it kind of looked like, Leanne, wake up. It kind of looked like, yeah, wake up, Leanne. It kind of looked like his shoulder slouched and he walked out of the room. So it could be, it might be real, but I don't know. So, I got a question for y'all. If y'all was to ever go to jail, what would it be for? What would it be for if y'all were ever to go to jail? Throwing somebody in the dumpster.
Can't plead the fifth.
Push it
Plead the fifth.
Before we jump into
I'm
that,
innocent.
let me ask a question. So again, this is another comment. So if you just act like a ditch, you don't have to take responsibility for any kids you spawn.
Again, just you keep putting on one person. You don't. You're there. You leave. You leave the bag with somebody else. Again, I'm saying, again, you need to pick who you lay with, right? If you pick somebody you just met and you get pregnant and you expect them to do something, I think that's foolish. I think it's foolish to expect that. They don't know you, to have no connectivity to you. Even not being around a child means you don't have any connectivity to that child either. Just because you make a child don't mean you have connectivity to it. It's not grown inside you like a woman, so you may not have the same connection that if I'm away for 9-10 months and the baby comes, they don't have any connection to that baby. Not saying it's right, saying it's wrong, saying it's the real.
Yeah, it's foolish from both people, but only the woman is left holding the bag.
Right. So end up, it's really going to be on her at the end of the day because she's going to have to deal with whatever comes with that. He doesn't. So you really would say, makes you, like I would tell my daughter, make sure you protect yourself because he doesn't care. He can leave. He don't have to do anything. It's going to be on you. So I think she needs to protect herself. I would tell my son the same thing too, but at the end of the day, like we see what these two women are going through with this. We want a dad. He don't want to be around.
Okay, now if I go to jail, there's several reasons I'm going to jail. I don't know if we have a whole bunch of time to go through all these reasons, because I will be Akon out here.
Listen,
for some of the dumbest things. I don't play by my mom. That's number one.
I hear you.
Somebody do something to my mom, I'm willing to give it up. I'm willing to give it up. I'm cashing in all my chips.
Right. Well, that's real. I think definitely family, loved ones, you definitely could. Yeah. I'm not going to jail. I'm too handsome and they want to trade me for like 4 cartons of cigarettes, so I can't. Something about jail that's terrifying. Okay. Actually, just being locked in a room. I was in a room the other day, got locked in a room, and I started hyperventilating. Like, get the door open. So I opened this door. I was ready to break the door down. I'm like, wait, you can't open it? So I know I'm no good in nobody's jail. Anything where a door I can't freely walk out when I want to is not for me. You know what I mean? My car doors unlocked sometimes. I feel weird. Like I can't get out. Oh, I got to unlock them first. Yeah, I can't.
Hey, somebody said you look to be worth at least 5 cartons.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. That's the problem. I'm not. Hey, these little side conversations you got going on is crazy. But yeah. So yeah, I can't do it. You know, handcuffs come out and I become the nicest person in the world. Like, I'm sorry, officer. Excuse me, sir. What'd you say? Yeah, I'm cool. I'm too afraid. What about you, D? Anything that you would, if you would go to jail, what would it be for?
I mean, you pretty much covered the bases. Family.
Yeah.
There's some people you just don't mess with. But I love my freedom. So I do everything I can to at least not get caught.
Man.
Be smart about it.
It's something about going to the refrigerator when you want to. Like, I need some water and let's go get it. Like, is a freeing thing. Like, I can't see how people just used to be hungry at night and you can't even do nothing about it. I like
take a shower when you want.
Can't do nothing about it.
Make phone calls.
I'm not talking to nobody through the toilet bowl. I'm not having a toilet bowl conversation. I'm just not. So yeah, it's just
he boo booed in there.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm all right on all that. So not for me. Now I seen a question in the room. It says, I guess if you weren't sexually compatible with somebody, would that end the relationship? And what was your guys' take on that? What do you think if you're not sexually compatible? And I wanted to further the question and say that, but everything else was good. Everything else was good. It's just you weren't sexually compatible. I'm not really sure what that means, but you're not sexually compatible.
I feel like it's something we've already revisited. Remember, you would be so cool if you wasn't so ugly. I felt like that comment again.
Well, but if we're together, you should be fine. Like it's okay that I don't like there's nobody gonna like everything about everybody. So if I like you're really ugly, but I really love you, what's the problem?
It still kills me. Still throws me. I feel like this question though, we need more context, because is this something you decide? Like, how do you get with someone and not be at least minimally sexually attracted to them? And is it like, so it's like you've been together? I'm sorry, go ahead.
You changed it because you said sexually attracted to. That doesn't mean.
That's what I'm saying. How do you determine compatibility?
Well, sexually compatible. That's what I mean. I thought they meant actually like sexual. They didn't like the sex wasn't compatible somehow. And I'm like, you could try harder if everything else was good. Hey, as long as you got 3 working holes, we can work this out.
Comment says, if you're not sexually compatible, it's gonna end anyway.
See, but that means what women, whoever's saying is probably a woman, it's saying that sex is so high that it's the end all to be all. And that's the problem as it is, because how much sex are you really having? You know, after the beginning, little whatever, you're not having it every day. You know what I mean? So again, if you have 3 good holes, you should be able to work something out. You can figure something out.
They said only 3.
I don't know the rest of them then. I must be a novice because sheesh, what they dealing with. Those all type of trans things going on, but I just know about 3. So no, I think that if everything was cool outside of the sexual part, I think we could try some things, right? We could try some different things, maybe add some things. It's like anything, put a little, salt, pepper, oregano, adobo on it, and it might be a bit more compatible.
I got the answer right here. I'll tell you what it is.
Ruth said ear holes. Wow, Ruth.
I got the answer right here.
Go ahead.
We can be okay. We can manage this. But there's rules.
Okay.
You better not raise your voice at me. You can't tell me what I can and can't do.
Well, that's wait, time out. But you're acting like at that point you're the one who's in control.
I am.
You're not.
I am.
You're already sexually not compatible, so you already 1 foot out the door anyway. So as soon as you had these rules, bye then, because there's more women than men. I can get enough women.
Okay, and go not satisfy somebody else.
Again, you're making it
What
seem
are
like
we talking about here?
you're making it seem sister
Goodness
women too.
gracious.
You're making it seem like it's our problem.
It
Men-
is your
Men
problem.
do most of the work anyway because you didn't know yourself and you weren't ready. You blame me. No,
Whatever. Whatever.
I'm just saying. But I
If
think you can
both
try some
people
things.
are asexual, then it can totally work.
No, but it could be one person that's asexual and another person because again, I think sometimes in a relationship you'll do things for your partner. So if you gotta give in once a week to this, whatever, and everything else is kick in.
Yo, whoa, wait a minute. What if y'all uncompatible and they want sex all the time?
So then that could be a problem. Right? No, exactly. Like you can't just be eating nails every day. Like if you could get it down to like, you know what, it's 7 days a week, and out of 2 days, I got to go through this 10, 15 minutes of torture, and because I love you, because sometimes we do things because we love you.
They want to go for rounds.
Well, see again,
And so
I
what
don't
is
know.
that is the source of the incompatibility is that she wants it 3 times a day and he only wants it twice a week. If that is the point of the incompatibility, then is there a way to get past that?
Yeah, you're gonna do it your 2 times and make it real good. Maybe 2 times and have oral section on Wednesday, right? So you have to do something like that. I mean, there's ways to try to fix it. Like I said, I think in all relationships we do things at times we don't want to do for our partner. We may be tired, we may have a headache, we may just not want to, and they may want to, and we'll do it. Like, all right, come on, we'll do it. We'll knock it out. I think that's the same thing for the sexual compatibility part, where if you do care about a person enough that you will be like, all right, you know what I mean? I can give in. It can't be every day. It can't be a nympho. I can't be giving in every day to some bad sex that's just not.
You like that, don't you?
I don't. Yeah, I don't. No. This is not what I envisioned. Yeah, so that would be tough. That definitely would be tough. But I wonder what that would look like. Again, I think all relationships have to have give and take, and I think you have to find what works for you, what doesn't work. And sometimes, and I think a lot of times I'm learning women do things for men. I don't really do things for women.
Yeah, you can do that on occasions, but it's not sustained.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It can't be every day. Like if you had like twice a week, every other week or something like that, I think you could knock it out. I think you like this would be a tough 15 minutes. But then it depends because like I know my man's like, yo, she always dry. What's wrong with her? I said, you. Now, I don't think she could do it multiple times because she all burned up after the first time. But she in there, this nigga there trying to start a fire because she ain't in the least bit in the mood. There's smoke coming out of that thing. And one time she done for a week or two because that thing all swollen and he over there beating it up all crazy, thinking he's doing something. Yeah, like you said, yeah, and you know, she crying because it hurt, not because it's so good. So, but what I do think is the first step is telling the person. Really, to be honest, you have to tell the person, like, look, this is not it. You know, this is really not.
Hey, listen, my sex is whack. That's what you say going in the door when you're him or her.
So
listen, like you don't want this sex.
You can't
I
say
get
that.
it, but what I can't give you in sex, I make up in charisma.
So you can't say that because everybody's different, right? You might be bad for somebody and good for somebody else, or like in Wait and Exhale when she's with the one dude,
the one that was humping on her.
Pop about to come, that guy. She said after she squeezed her pelvic real tight and she was able to get there. So she was able to achieve, even though he wasn't the best, he might not have been the biggest, but she was able to get herself there. So I think if you talk about it,
get your white right, but the brownie gets you there.
Yeah. So if you talk about it, there may be some, you may be able to come to some understanding. Even if they never really fulfill you totally, you can talk about other things that like, look, I only got 5 minutes for you. 4.5, and a whole bunch of lube. And after 4.5, I'm done. you have to. You may have to, make an arrangement like that. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe take them to. In those cases, would you start thinking about other things like what is it, the sex houses or bath houses or maybe a threesome? Would you try
Glory holes?
I don't know if one. I don't know. Do glory holes work for women too?
I don't know.
I thought you stick a penis in a hole and whatever's on the other side is on the other side. I don't know. But would you look into other things? Would you say, we're not compatible, so I don't care about it anyway, so you can bring somebody else into it?
I mean, I wouldn't want to bring anybody else into it. I would try to stick it out and work with
That's
them.
the problem. He's sticking it out and it ain't working. We found the problem. You're going to keep putting it in his face, huh?
Because I just think it gets messy when you bring in another party. Because if the next party is just as good as you, charismatic wise and everything like that, and he can knock that thing back, he can touch the thing at the back of your throat. Listen, as Cardi B would say, we might.
Came out. Yeah. Somebody got a little excited and told on themselves. I don't know what's happening. We're going off the rails. Well, listen, how important is sex to women anyway? Because they say most women don't even climax. So how important is actual penetration to most women?
What women?
Okay, well, no.
What women out here not doing what?
Yes, I think they said only.
Compatibility is important. It's important, but I don't think to a point where you bring somebody else. You don't bring in a stunt man. If you got to do that, then the relationship is over.
Well, I mean, sex is dead already. So would you care? No, okay. You gonna keep getting burned up every night? All right, well, do what you want to do. You want to be red and swollen? Go ahead.
We ordering lube by the caseload. That's what we doing. Amazon delivered a lot of things.
Amazon, like, we cannot keep this in stock because of y'all. Hey, give us something else, Leanne. Very interesting. I guess compatibility is good. But again, I think you can become more compatible if you talk to each other. That's what I believe. Oh, yes. This is crazy.
Address this. It happened earlier in our program today. For those of you who weren't watching, Diana Rossini said this.
And I think we all do weird things when we're in love, and we overshare and overpost. And look, he's married. He's getting married to a beautiful actress. I'm married to someone average. I don't post a lot about him. If I was married to someone beautiful, I'd overpost too.
Now, this doesn't seem nice. We have put together photos of Diana's husband here for everyone to see so you can make some amends on national television.
We're average together. And you know what the worst part is? He sent me a text during that segment, not watching because he actually works for a living. And he said, "Good luck today. Be great on Get Up." So the guy's got a heart of gold, and here I am on national TV killing him. Look, we're average together, but he makes me above average because he married me. So I am so sorry. I need to really stop killing my husband on television. I'm going to be divorced by Christmas.
I think for all of us, it was the best moment on the show today. And I wanted to make sure that at least we got that so we could the last thing in the world we want to do is pry couples apart on this program. We're all about bringing people together. Diana, we want to give you one more chance to address this. It happened earlier.
What's the problem with that?
All I can say is ouch.
What's the problem? You know what I mean?
All I can say is ouch.
You kind of said what I said. You know what I mean? You can fall in love with somebody who just, I ain't really trying to post them, but I love them.
Right.
So again, love wins. It's not about a physical thing sometimes, and that person might not be as physically as attractive as you want, but they have some other qualities. You're not going to get everything you want.
Somebody said she's not getting any night tonight or for the next month.
I think we have to understand men and women are different. He doesn't care. He's gonna be ready for them yams tonight. It's like that skit I seen on I think TikTok or whatever, where the woman's like, "Yeah, girl," you see her. The man is leaving the house. She's in a robe. She's like, "Yeah, girl, I did them like they do us. I took him out. I fed him. I let him come home and hit, and I sent him home in the Uber. Let's see how he likes it." And then he's outside on the phone like, "Yo, at the time of my life, she had dinner. She sent me home like winning." So it's different for men and women. Like if you send a woman home that way, she feels like the walk of shame. Oh man, we done won. We had a whole full night of all that and an Uber ride home, out here winning. He was high-fiving people in the street going to the Uber. It's just different. So that he don't care what she said on that show. I mean, he gonna get joked about, but he gonna wear her ass out tonight. So yeah, I think you can. Again, this goes back to just because someone is not attractive to you doesn't mean you can't be with them.
Yeah, you and her are definitely related somehow. You gotta do a 23andMe and find out that's your cousin.
I think people just really overestimate how they look. Everybody thinks they're dope, and you might just be average or below average, and that's okay.
But she just called her husband on national TV.
Because she's like, he's average. What's wrong with being? See, the problem is people really have a delusional sense of self. They're delusional. Most people are average. That's what it is. Everybody's not, 8, 9, or 10. Most people are 4, 5s, and 6s. Most people are average. It's okay. Just accept your averageness. It looks like you're going to get someone average. She didn't say he was below average. I mean, that would be tough. What is this, Leah? Here we go. I'm already seeing the bullish.
I need somebody to explain this to me. Yesterday, I could immediately tell something was off with my wife. Immediately. What's wrong with you, babe? Nothing. Did I do something? I don't know. Did you?
Did you? It was a fair question.
Baby, you good? Yeah, I'm good. What's wrong? Nothing. So then I just go quiet. Obviously, she's dealing with some stuff, no problem. How I get in trouble? Because I only asked her 5 times if she was okay, but on the 6th one, she was going to let me know what was really going on.
I was going to tell you. And honestly, I feel like if you knew me, if you were in tune, you would already know. You would be able to answer what was wrong with me before I could answer what's wrong with me.
I just can't answer what's wrong with you.
Listen.
I don't understand. And this all stemmed because I didn't get her an appropriate gas station snack after I asked her repeatedly if she wanted something, and her answer was no.
You should know.
So, Rashawn, why do you think your wife is right?
Yeah, this is
exactly.
Again, the delusionalness of women.
No.
They think somebody's a mind reader. They want a psychic, and they're really psycho. That's the problem.
The insensitivity of men. The insensitivity.
Right.
Exactly what that was. Because he
Right.
should have known. You people know anyway. You ask women at least 10 times if they're okay. That's just 101.
Hold on, brother.
That's a lie.
10 to 12. 10 to 12 minimum.
The lie no, nobody's doing that. See, that means you guys like games. You like playing games. So this is the problem. We're not playing anymore. We're done. We're not playing anymore. Hey, you want something? You say no, you get nothing.
Chestnut checkers. You should have known. You know I like Cheez-Its. How dare you go to a place that has Cheez-Its and not bring me no Cheez-Its?
No, I think what's wrong is, I don't know, a woman told me like her favorite drink was like, I don't know, cranberry strawberry cocktail. That's her favorite drink. And she said her husband came in with a cranberry soda and just drank it right in front of her. She thought it was for her. He just downed it, just drank it right in front of her. I said, that's messed up.
That's what you're going to jail for. Ask me again what I'm going to jail for. That right there. Come in the house with my favorite drink is not for me. That means you thought about it. You knew good and well. That means you playing the game.
Women need to make their minds up and say what they mean what they say. Ain't nobody got time to play these little guessing games with him. Because whatever he brought back wouldn't have been right anyway. So that's the other thing. No matter what he brought back, it wouldn't have been right. I said I didn't want that. Could have got me some chips though. What? Now you ain't getting none. Leon, play something else.
Hold on. I got a comment. It says it's maybe not about the guessing bullshit. It's about the fact that he already does know and is dicking around pretending he has no idea.
Oh, it's his fault that you weren't clear and concise what you wanted. You're right. That's what it is. It's his side. So when
It's
he
his
says what he
fault for
wants,
not being.
no, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. Again,
It's his
we want
fault.
clear, concise
It is
communication.
his fault for not knowing and not being intuitively in tune with his woman.
Sound like
Who knows him knows
Hold on, man. Hold on, bro.
who he's with
No.
and the things in which
Yeah, these are
No.
delusions. These are called
you know I'm right.
no. These are called delusions, and this is what I'm clear.
Drop the mic.
Clear, concise communication is the key. So if you can't have that, then grow up. And this
Who
why
said that?
I did.
So
You
you
wrong.
really don't know that your woman likes things
I don't care.
without
What
having to ask for them.
No. What I know is I asked you wanted something. You said no. That's what I know. I take you. So don't believe at your word. You're a liar.
No, why are you asking?
Because
I'm going to. That's the fundamental difference. This is what I want you to understand. A woman will know that you
No,
like green socks.
a
No, listen
girl.
to me. No, I'm trying to explain to you a fundamental difference. We might be able to solve a whole lot of problems right now. A woman will know that you like green socks. So every time she's out somewhere and sees green socks, she thinks of you and gets them for you. Whether you ask her for them or not, she knows that you like them. So she wants to get it for you. A woman wants a man to feel the same way about her. If I appreciate you, I love you. There's something that you like, then I want you to have it. I don't want to have to ask you for it all the time. I want you to know that I like things and want me to have them. Not because I'm asking, but because you want me to have them. And we do that for men automatically.
So we have to be the same. We have to do what you do.
Say that one more time.
So we have to pick up a woman's trait. You're saying be a woman.
No, I'm saying be considerate and understand the love language, and therefore you avoid this type of misunderstanding.
So how come she can't be considerate when I say I want something and she say yes, this is what I want? Where's consideration there? Big joker.
There could be. I'm not saying that one thing is not mutually exclusive of the other, but I am trying to help you understand in a woman's mind, we don't want to always have to ask for what we want. And honestly, men don't want to have to ask for what they want all the time either.
I didn't ask for socks. You got something because I liked it. I didn't ask for it. That's totally different, right? Ruth said, Donnie, good explanation, and she said it was the man's fault too. That's typical denial and no accountability, which is why women have the problems they do. It's really easy. If I say, what do you want to eat? And you say, I don't know. It's not really a great answer. I haven't found I don't knows yet. I've been looking, haven't found it. If you could just say what you like, that would be a lot easier.
Who's wrong? Who's right? Is he even allowed to ask that question?
I'm not saying that it's off the table. I just want to know what benefit would I get for being a stepfather? Would a man be wrong for asking a woman that?
I think it's a loaded question because why are you asking me that? I feel like as a man, you should know what if you're coming into a relationship where there's children involved, I don't think that's an appropriate question to ask in terms of what's the benefit that I get for being a stepfather to your children. Like that doesn't even sound right to me.
No,
because I'm gonna look at you like you're crazy.
Okay.
Because I feel like if you know that I have children, you should already start programming your mind to think, okay, I'm going to be around her children.
Okay.
My question is, why should I want you around? What benefits do we get from having you around? So That's what I would need to know. Like, what are my children going to see in you? What are my children going to learn from you? Okay. Those are the questions. So if you're saying what benefit do you have from being a stepfather to my children, I'm going to ask you, why are you even asking that question?
Okay.
Guys fumbling puss.
Yes, Lynn, go ahead, please.
She full of shit.
Full of it. Like, she need a diaper.
Yo. I know that this ain't nobody, y'all might not like what I'm finna say, but single mothers, single fathers, people with children, you're a liability out here in these streets. And you need to know that. So go into relationships humble yourself. Because if I don't have to deal, I don't have to deal. I mean, I'm coming in already behind the 8 ball of having to share time.
Jesus Christ.
Spend extra money. Dealing with other extra emotions that I didn't, I don't have to deal with that elsewhere. So be humble. Don't act like I got kids. I'm not going to be the best thing that could ever happen for you. No, you're not. Stop it.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, Leanne, there's nothing you said that I could really push back on. And I think people don't want to hear that, right? They don't want to hear it. But it's kind of true, right? Because when you come into a situation with a person with kids, again, you have a child, there's a lot of rules and regulations that you have to come into, right? There's a lot of things you got to come into, especially like, she's like, and he was saying, what benefits does he get? Because he can't really parent, depending on the relationship. If their father's around, he can't parent their children technically like he was his own children, right? He can't do certain things to their own. He might not even be able to chastise those children the way he would his own children. So it's a tough situation. So it's a great question to ask, because you need to know what are the parameters around this? How does this going to look? And like Leanne said, if you have no children, you come to something with 3 children, now you have to, kick in for 4 other people. That's real. And I'm not, again, it's something you kind of have to know coming in, but it's tough. Like, do you want to really go and split, money with these other kids? You want to put have your finances extended. Now we go on a trip, instead of worrying about yourself or maybe another person, you have to worry about 4 other people. That trip just went from $1,000 maybe to $6,000, right? So then there's more birthdays and stuff and parties. So it's a lot more to worry about. So I understand what he was saying. She's not wrong either, asking, what am I going to gain by allowing you into my life as well? Because are you going to be a good role model to my children? Are you someone to look up to them? Do you have good morals and values? Do you bring anything to the table? Because I can't take care of you. I already have 3 kids to take care of. So you can't come in being another bill, right? You can't come in and be a liability. You can't just come here to lay on my couch. So I think both people can ask that question. But I think it shouldn't be asked from a way of, I don't know. I don't know. I'm lost the word, but she was kind of saying in a way, kind of like trying to get back at him, because she was kind of his question, right? And that shouldn't be that. It could be a legitimate question, like, okay, well, I need to know too what type of man you are, because I have kids. I need to know, are you okay with coming into a house with kids that you can't really raise? You may not be able to discipline. There's certain things you can't do. And go ahead, Lynn. Here we go.
I was just gonna say, breathe. I was gonna tell you to breathe.
Why?
Because you was doing a lot of heavy lifting with the talking there.
You're supposed to talk. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. We could just sit.
I didn't know if we needed some time and wanted to chime in and jump in. you know, because there's two other people on this show
Jesus Christ.
that has voices. I mean, you know, I'm just saying, one person ain't got a word in edgewise.
It doesn't matter what you think.
What?
Go ahead. No, it's I think it's two questions you should ask. That's all I'm gonna say. What you got, D?
Well, I feel like Lee's answer really challenged me more than the video did. Because the way I immediately look at, not that she's not full, I'm saying she's full of shit, but I do feel like you don't necessarily have to take that stance for everybody if that's how you feel about your household personally. Like, okay, so I look at it this way. I'm not only a single mom, but I work with children on a day-to-day basis, and I recognize that our children are our prized possessions. And so we're looking at it like, what do you have to offer that I would share time with my prized possession or allow you to influence my prized possession? And to that end, you're right. In doing so, we're also asking the responsibility of building a relationship and building a bond with something that you have no right to. I mean, again, I can decide 3 weeks from now and I can't stand you, and all of a sudden this bond that you've, or 3 years from now, this bond you've built is no longer one that benefits me, and therefore it's one that I'm going to completely cut off because you have no right to my prized possession other than if I give you that opportunity. But you're right, it is something. It's definitely caused issue in, you know, my search for relationships in the past. So that's why I don't know why she feels like she needs to go onto a national stage and say, bring light to something that's a given. Like, obviously, both sides of this perspective exist, and there are a lot of single parents in the world and a lot of people dating. So it's not like this is news. I just don't understand why people have to make stuff like this into a platform.
Well, I think, like I said, I think she was a little offended. I think she was offended by what he said, and then she wanted to kind of lash out, not really hearing what he was saying.
Right.
I think he was really asking a legitimate question, like, "What am I getting? Getting in, you know, coming into this relationship?" But and the way he worded it, you know, when I hear it now, it is kind of maybe a bad way of wording it. What am I getting? Right? You know. That may be a bad way of wording it, but I kind of got his meaning. What we got, Leanne? Hey, tell whoever they can anytime. There's 2 platforms they can jump on.
Yeah, they're trying.
For hour.
This person says they're at work. This person says, I feel like he came from a place of what about me and my needs and my wants, whereas the parent came from what about my kids' needs, wants, etc.
I don't think so. She didn't come back from her kids. She came from to me, she came from I'm trying to come back at you because you said something to offend me. I don't think
from the position of my child is the value. I understand what the person was saying.
Her child's a value? Oh, okay.
That's what I kind of got from it too. Like, that is the getting to know my child is the value that you gain.
That ain't no,
because my child is amazing.
Okay, all people think their child is amazing. I'm gonna let you know your child.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna let you know your child is not amazing. They're amazing.
My child is amazing
to you. Now I'm saying for most people,
and that's what matters. Who cares what anybody else feels about my child? To me, it's my prized possession. If I'm allowing you to be a part of it, then that's me sharing my prized possession with you. I'm not saying that you have to therefore see the value, and most likely you're not going to. So,
but see, I don't think my child's my most prized possession. I think that, you know, if we can connect and make this thing something, and we can make this little, you know, mixed family cool, I think us getting together and making it would be it. But like I said, you wouldn't meet my child for a while anyway.
So that's my
not-
point. So what is it? What else do you own, for lack of a better word, that you reserve from sharing with someone you're interested in?
Well, again, your full self. Like, you don't give your full self to someone, right? It takes time for you really to give yourself to someone, right? I mean, I'm not talking about physically. I'm talking about really letting a person in, letting them get close to you. All that, the whole process is something that it matures over time. So every step will be another step of getting closer to, to you. First, to get close to you, and then once you feel like, okay, we're at a good level, and I think now I want to introduce my children, introduce my home, introduce you to my friends. All these introductions should come at a decent time, right? I think some people do it too fast, but I think all that is the maturation of the relationship, and it goes in steps.
So in that step, you would introduce to your child before you would let her see your house?
No. What I'm saying is that all those things, and I don't know if you would see my house because my child is there, right? So steps, right? So even me just letting you know the real me is going to take a while for me to let you know the real me. You may not even know my kid's name or anything, my job or anything, till we get to a certain point, right? Yeah, I think everything comes in a wave, and as we get more and more comfortable with each other, we hit goals. And I'm like, all right, cool. Now I can tell you where I work at. Now I can be a little bit more intimate with you. Now I introduce you to my friends. Now because before, once I start getting comfortable with you, I probably would speak to my child about you. Like, hey, look, I met somebody. I'm thinking about, how do you feel about it? And if they were like, I'm not really cool with, I'm not there right now, then guess what? I'm like, bye, it's over. Because I know my child won't deal with you. So it is a lot for a person coming in. They have a lot to worry about, like you said. And the biggest thing is to be, if someone leaves and now you can't have any connection to that child that you were with for 3, 4, 5 years, that's tough. So it is a lot to lose as a stepdad, stepmom. You could lose a lot more than you think and have no rights to anything. And that's the biggest thing. You have no right to see that child anymore. You have no right to text that child anymore. And depending on their age, you can say, don't do it. What, Leanne? What do they want? Don't try to look like you. What do they want?
Shut up.
See how rude she is? Okay, this is rude.
You believe a woman?
Women.
Why the
Yeah.
fuck would I have to do that?
Put me in my era.
Why? Dad, you got me overly fucked up. Why should I?
In my masculine
You're a
era.
grown ass man. Why should I have to put you in your
got her.
masculine energy?
Exactly.
Got her.
He already in before he approached
Mhm.
any
Got her.
situation. I feel like he should come with that at least.
Yeah.
When
Do you think a man
women.
can pull femininity out of a woman or put a woman in the feminine space?
Yes.
What the fuck? Hey,
A man needs to be a man. I shouldn't have to teach you how to be a man. That's your mother.
you're right. When a man can teach you how to be a woman.
You can teach me how to be soft. Like
What the
Yes, you can put me in a
It's
softer
losing-
era because we have to be hard all the time.
I'm
I just changed my own engine air filter. I ain't had no nigga do that. I did that by myself.
What they do? I just cook my own food. I don't mean I'm feminine.
But you gotta eat.
What doesn't make sense?
a woman making a man masculine. How? How am I bringing that out of you?
How am I bringing that out of you to be how yeah, exactly. If you're already a woman, how am I making you womanly?
Eating, you making me like, oh my God, he really a man taking care of his shit.
If I have to do literally everything, you think let's
So masculinity is only providing.
No. I'm not saying masculinity
That's
only
it.
provided. I'm saying if I have to do everything like on a scale of the same shit y'all have to do, plus still do girly shit that I gotta do for myself. When do I ever have time to like coast? Like I gotta do everything. Like I gotta be on
Why
my
do you feel that you get to coast?
Because that's what the
Who
fuck
told you you were entitled to coasting?
that's what the people said.
Who?
When the fuck I get to relax my mind?
When do I relax mine?
It ain't for you to relax.
You either. Get your ass in.
Y'all aggravate. I don't think y'all know how aggravate.
No, I don't think you know how to aggravate. Y'all let that phone ring. Every time a nigga got that job, they be like, God. Got him.
Wow, very interesting. We see delusion in 4K.
Whammy. I didn't know where that was coming from at first. Stop doing that.
I saw you looking around like, I didn't say that. Okay, what do we think about that? Can a woman put a man in his masculine?
I think she can.
Oh, wow. Okay, here we go.
I think a man doesn't become a man fully until he feels the weight of that responsibility of being in a relationship and having a woman to care and provide for. So that's why
You win.
Okay.
because him taking care of himself is not enough.
Oh.
He needs to do that for a woman so he knows it's real and that he can do it. And she comes along and she's the one that puts a battery in his bag.
You said she nags him? What did you say?
Put that S on his chest.
When the
That
nagging?
make a man feel like he can run through a wall.
Oh my God!
Tell him again.
Okay, Donnie, what do you think? Because this,
You just gonna stop me from talking?
yes.
You already gave us your answer. How you gonna give us your answer then tell us to say we gonna say so you could tell us we wrong? That's the messed up part about this whole premise right now.
Well,
I don't want to say nothing.
Did we see the video?
Here's what I will say. Here's what I will say. The way that our economic expectations are set up right now, it is very hard for a woman to be as soft as she would like to be, as we traditionally would desire, because we are no longer able to sit in a home and let things be taken care of for us. I'm going to say that. And I know you and I have already gone back and forth about if that's what really, if women want that, do we want our rights taken away? Yes, we do. We want to not have to worry.
When
we want for someone to take care of everything. However, we recognize,
When did that happen?
You and I a couple weeks ago.
No. When did we have this time where women just were getting taken care of? When did this happen? When they sat home and got taken care of? Tell me.
You said when we were property. You said it. We were property.
No, but even then, women still worked. Women
In the home.
No, they
Working
were
in the home and working out. Okay, so
No.
this is what I want you to no, listen. Let me tell you, I'm telling you true. This is not me trying to be combative. When we are saying that we want to get back to our soft era, it is an era in which we don't have to battle men. We have to be hard because we now have to be out in the workplace. We have to be out in the world. We have to be battling knuckleheads all day, every day. The soft era is us feeling like we can trust someone to not have to worry about a thing. And I'm not even saying not worry about anything at all. I'm saying not to have to worry about any one specific thing. Because as our economic status has now become equal and it's necessary that two people in a household have to be out in the world at all times, we crave a time where we get to sit down and not have to worry about it.
Tell me you'll
Men
call
have
back
never had
later.
that privilege. Across time, men have always had to work. Since Adam did that to you. Adam made it so that you have to work.
Hey, tell that chick we're busy.
No, I'm just looking up.
Are you froze?
No, I'm just looking up.
You went in a prayer? That's right. Talk to the Lord about it, because Adam did this. We didn't do it. We want to be Eve in the garden, pushing out babies, naming animals. That's it. But we also recognize that it's not possible anymore. Our society is not built for that. But we also recognize we would love to get back to it.
Wait, so what I'm saying, there was not a time that especially Black women stayed home and took care of the children.
What?
There's not time. They're making stuff up that it didn't happen for black women. Black women worked outside the home, where they were maids. And I just looked it up to make sure, because I'm pretty sure this romantic history
in the United States.
Yes. Due to our history, there
What
was
about
black
Native women and tribal women? You're saying that there was never ever a time when a woman would have been home taking care of her children?
Black women, and here in the United States, because you came from slavery when we were freed, they still had to work. There's never a time where, because they had money, the people didn't have money, so they had to work outside the home. They were slaves. I mean, they worked as maids. Things like that. They didn't make as much as the man, but no one stayed home and just took care of their children for the most part, because you couldn't afford to. Not us. Now, white women had that ability in the early 50s. It said, but not for us, due to black women in the U.S. rarely had the opportunity to stay home solely as caregivers, as many were forced.
What white man wrote that? Because what I see historically, what were the women able to do? What was the work?
Again, working in homes. They were maids. Right here, instead of their many were forced to care for white children instead of their own. They often worked as domestic laborers and breadwinners. We see that right now in the movie. What a lady made her eat the poop pie. We saw what they did.
Yeah, but there's a good reason why they want us to believe that that's what we always did. I find that very hard to believe. I don't have statistics.
Well, I'm just thinking.
But I also know why it would fit the narrative that we were never able to do what other women were. Women were always in the home raising their children. Why is it that we were not allowed to be in the home to raise our own children after slavery? You're saying not at all.
Economics. What black man was making enough money? What job did he have that was good enough, especially back then when we had all these rules and regulations, that was good enough to make money to cover everything?
Because we had whole societies of doctors and lawyers and teachers that were taking care of each other.
Yeah, wait.
You're saying that's what it was when we were trying to live with white people.
How many full societies do we have that weren't burned down or dismayed?
But that's what I'm saying. That's when we were able to do so, they did get burned down. And that's why it would be smarter for the narrative to be that we were never able to be that. But I'm trying to tell you from a woman's perspective, it is always my inclination to be a home, to take care of the home and take care of my children. And I know
what we want.
That's what Eve was also told to do. I know that in ancient times, that's what women were doing. Women were rearing their children. Look up the statistics in Africa. What are they doing in Africa?
I think, I don't know. I have to look. But again, same. It's
but
different.
Also,
if you ain't going out to work, if you're not working and you're going out to feed off the land, that's different than going to work. Right? Because there's no way you can afford a household unless you have enough money to afford that household by yourself. That's why right now it's very difficult for that to happen, because economically it's very difficult for one person. You would have to make so much to cover your household. Go ahead, Lan. Unless you want to live in a box.
Now, I think this is where a lot of the Black woman has always been looked at as hard and rough and not equal to her white counterpart as far as femininity is concerned and as far as traditional housewife. Because I will agree with Dee in the respect that we did not have the same chances of sitting at home and not taking and just taking care of kids and things like that. Now we have I don't want to say always, but we've had the chance of working alongside our husband and our husband being a primary breadwinner.
Right.
And
yes,
but we still had to contribute in both ways to the household.
Right. Financially, and then take care of the whole house. Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
With that left some time for a woman to be soft, because she knew her husband was, and not even necessarily in a monetary I think this is where we get away from things in this society where we put the provision of a man, the worth of a man, and what he can provide only, instead of what he fully brings to a table, like what a woman fully brings to the table herself. A man back in the day provided protection, provided a sense of I got this. Women didn't have to worry about certain things because she knew her man was there to take care of her and find ways to make things happen. So whether they was on the street or not, they was on the street together, and he would, find a way to make sure that she was okay and taken care of. Your hand is up and it's distracting me, so go ahead.
Well, I have a question. So when they always say soft, like a woman being soft, what does I always get? I don't know what that means, because no matter if she paid the bills, it's not like she's paying the bills like, oh, take these bills, or she's taking the trash out, like, oh, let me get trash out. You can still be in your femininity and do all things. You don't have to be.
Yes, you can.
Masculine. Like so I don't know what they mean when they say they're not, they can't be soft, they have to be masculine because they have to do things on their own. Even doing things on your own, you still could be in your femininity, correct? Am I wrong with that?
I feel like you can. I think we're on the same page, and it's an unpopular opinion of mine. Mm-hmm. I feel like you can be, and this is something that I'm learning now being in therapy, that a lot of what we're lacking in the combativeness that we have towards, and I don't necessarily want to call it combativeness, but the fight men and women have, especially Black men and women, is so much resentment and on your own childhood stuff and your own trauma. And our traumas is what's butting heads. It's not necessarily that we're not soft. It's not necessarily that men are feminine. It is our trauma that when people haven't dealt with it, banging up against each other at every turn. No, you can't hold the door open for me because all I know is the open doors for myself. Instead of, okay, Lee, you tripping. You've always opened doors because you had to. You can take a step back and let this man open the door. And it doesn't mean that you're any less of a woman or a person or whatever the case may be. And because you've been going through this, doesn't mean you have to keep going through this. You don't have to hold on to that identity all the time. You can let that identity go.
You can open your own door. Somebody said you could open your own door. But no, what I was going to say as well, I forgot because that statement made me forget what I was going to say. What you got, D?
I'm just curious as to if there has ever been any woman in history that has been able to say that she wants to, if her man makes enough that she wants to stay home and take care of her children, whether or not that is the cultural, her own cultural background, or just something that's been said to aspire to by other cultures, using your statistics today as proof. Does that mean that the women should not think that that was something that she would like to do?
No, I mean, I would want to stay home if I could, and be with the kids. So I'm not saying they
again. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You're not saying that.
What you're saying. I would think they if you could, you definitely would.
Would you not want the mother of your children to be able to stay home and make sure that the child is good and your household is good?
So I would want to stay home as well. So that's a problem for me. Put it all on a woman is a problem anyway. We should be both doing it. So I should be just as involved with most people I know, men I know, are just as involved with their children as much as the wife is. I mean, the woman is. So there never should be a drop off or a time where it's 100% mom and dad is always working and he only gets to come and see the kids when he comes home and throws them up a couple times. That to me is off. That's not.
So we've already surpassed this point because you've already said a man can't carry a baby. A man can't breastfeed a baby. So there's already things that a woman is inherently and naturally able to do that a father could not.
So that lasts for how long? But after that,
that's not, well, that's all true. That's also a cultural expectation also, because in many cultures around the world, these babies are being breastfed till they're 5-6 years old. But my point is this. Here's my point. My point is this. If I can look you in your face and say to you, when I say that I want to be, I want to get to I want to be in my soft era, and I can tell you what my soft era is, and your response is, you don't deserve that, that's for somebody else. How do we move on in the conversation, or is the conversation just over?
Well, I don't know why somebody say you don't deserve it. It's for somebody else.
You did.
Now,
you did.
No,
When you look, wait, listen. I'm telling you. When you looked it up and said that was for white women, that's you telling me that I don't deserve it.
No, that's me telling you history.
It doesn't matter to history.
No,
it doesn't matter to history. It doesn't matter where. It doesn't matter where the delusion that you call comes from. I'm telling you that everything that's been fed to me, whether it was a fairy tale for women of color or not, everything that's been fed to me is children and households are happier when a woman is there and caring for her household. That is soft to me.
I don't know about so the best households are, both parents there. Second are parents are a father and child, and least is a mother and child. That's factual. Children do better.
So what does that have to do with what I'm describing right now? A soft era includes a man.
Wait, I'm just saying you said where children do better at. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know what soft means, because you could be soft.
I already described it to you. You don't know. It's not that you don't know. It's that you think I don't deserve it.
I didn't say you don't deserve it. I said
yes, you did. You said it's a dream for white women. You said it's a delusion for white women.
No, it says the delusion that people say because there wasn't a time where black women had that.
So why is it that I can't want it if any woman can have it?
No, we could want anything. I could want to go to the moon. I'm not saying you can't want what you want. I'm just saying that it hasn't happened. Right?
For women that look like me, and therefore I shouldn't want it.
No, you could want it. All I said was the delusion that sometime that where it happened, it never happened for us. We didn't have that luxury. That's what I said. That was afforded. So it's not for the as a whole. There obviously were outliers that it happened, but as a whole, you couldn't do it. Even now, it's very tough to do because unless you're very wealthy,
it's extremely tough.
It's very tough to do unless you're very wealthy. So it's a dream. Tough. Like it was a dream that we first of all, I would love to be wealthy enough where you could take everything and everybody could be home or whatever. That would be great, but we know that takes a lot of money. So right now, I'd rather partner, and I wouldn't. For me, I don't know about software or anything. I don't want my woman home with the kids all day long, and I don't get to be with them. I want to partner. I want to be as much in the child's life as she's in their life, maybe more. So that's I would do it.
For a woman to want to feel soft, she wants to feel like she doesn't have to be as responsible as a man does for what is happening in day-to-day expectations, because a woman wants to feel like a man is leading his household.
So how can he lead? By going to work every day and her staying home? That's how he leads for you?
No, I recognize that I have to go to work every day. I recognize that we live in an economy that's going to require that I have to contribute financially to the household. What I want though is,
are you soft? My question, are you soft?
I can't be soft because I'm the sole provider in my household. I have to deal in a world of men.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's what makes you hard, because of the things you do. You can't be soft.
I wouldn't call myself hard, but I would say that I'm aspiring for a softness. That means that I don't have to take care of everything.
So not taking care of things, how you, Leanne, do you agree? For you to be soft, you can't take. You don't have to take care of anything.
Not anything, everything.
Oh, everything. Everything. You don't have to take care of everything.
Like somebody would take care of something. Is
So,
I believe what a woman aspires to.
That's how you'd be soft, Leanne? And that's a real question. I don't know. I'm not a woman, so I don't understand. Like I said, my masculinity isn't based off of what I'm taking care of or what I'm doing, right? It's a state of being my masculinity. I could have all the money in the world and not be masculine, right? That doesn't make money or think that doesn't make me masculine. Masculine to me is a state of being.
I feel like you can still be soft and take care of yourself.
Right.
However, I feel like there's a level of on guardness or guard you have to have as a woman to be able to maneuver this world solo that you wouldn't necessarily have when you're in the presence of your male counterpart.
So wait,
I think
hold
on 1 second.
Before you go too far, with that, I need that comment. If you went to the supermarket and you had a male, he wasn't there, would you still feel soft or would you feel hard because he wasn't there? That's
I don't understand the question.
So you're in a
I would still feel. There would be
because you said
my second part would be any male that you feel close to. But to answer your question, I would feel soft. However, caveat, I will still have to put on a certain guard because I'm out here without my protector.
Right. So you're like, what I asked her was if you were in a relationship where you say you can feel soft, he's paying for everything, but when you go to the supermarket by yourself, are you now not soft anymore? Or you have
First of all, I didn't say that he's paying for anything. I said that he's taking care of anything.
Okay.
So being soft is an ability to trust someone to take care of something for you. That's to me what being soft is.
Okay.
Trusting someone to take care of a thing. Right now, there's no safety net. So if I get sick tomorrow, me and my children halfway on the street because I don't have anybody to take care of my bills. Now, I'm not saying that a man has to be responsible that way, but I'm saying it's a different level of responsibility that makes it necessary for me to move differently in this world than a woman who can depend on a man.
But
that's my point.
Anything could happen, right? So if he loses his job, does he now lose his masculinity?
No, because the two things are not. I'm not making him masculine. What makes a man masculine is hormones and genetic makeup. Like I'm not making a man masculine. I'm trying to help you understand. I'm trying to help you understand what the difference between hard and soft is between a man and a woman.
Right. So for a man, it's outside of extraneous factors, he's masculine. But a woman needs something to be feminine, you're saying.
No, a woman needs to not have to be masculine.
But what does that mean? Just because she does things doesn't make her masculine.
No, it means that she has to be responsible in all areas of her life in which she would like to be able to share the responsibility. So no, it's not. Me having someone go to the grocery store with me does not make me be soft. Someone coming into my life and saying, you know what? You take care of the groceries and the electric bill and I'll take care of the rent is what allows me to be in my soft era. I can depend on him to take care of a responsibility that I wouldn't have to take care of in the first place.
So depending on yourself doesn't make you soft. That makes you hard.
No, having to manipulate yourself in a world of men is what makes you have to be hard. If I was a trust fund baby, if I didn't have to work a day in my life and I had millions of dollars in the bank, but I had nobody that was out here negotiating all of my movements for me, I would still have to be hard. I would still have to be masculine in order to make it in this masculine ass world in which we live.
See, that's what I don't understand. I think you could be still soft and still be in the world, right?
That's
Even
because
if
you don't have a vagina.
Well, I'm saying I could be
I
masculine.
think that there are certain things that we just have to kind of take. I think we need to be able to be in conversations and understand that there are things that I'll never understand from your standpoint.
Mhm.
But there are also some things that you'll never understand from mine. And in this circumstance, it's frustrating because I'm making it super plain for you.
You're not. Leanne agreed that she could be feminine and do all those things as well. It doesn't make you.
I'm not saying. What are you talking? But you asked.
She
It's
never
two different
said.
questions.
She never said she wasn't feminine. I get what she's saying.
Soft, whatever soft means. I don't know.
Because that's what the question was. The question
Right,
was being in a soft era.
Right. So how are you different around? And what
You
makes
can't give me an example. You can't give me an example because there is nobody that's in my life playing the role that I just explained to you.
So just when you share something with someone, you could be that makes a woman loud. Now she could be in her soft.
No, when I can trust him to take care of something. Because if I asked him to take care of the rent and he's not paying it and I still got to pay the rent anyway, I'm still not in my soft era.
So if you pay
If I'm in a
something, that makes
position where I know that someone is taking care of something for me, even let's take even finances off the table. If I'm paying all the bills, but I know this man is holding my household down and taking care of my children, then I can be in a soft era in relationship to my family. It's someone taking care of something.
Okay.
That's what allows us to be soft. Trust is what allows us to be soft. I'm trying to give you more tangible.
Right, I get it. You only can be soft with a man in your life that you can trust.
No, I can't say that you can only be soft. But when I talk about income in relationship status, if you want
like you
a
don't
man
wanna
to make
get
you
it.
feel soft, you need to be able to trust him.
Okay. And Leanne, what's soft for you? Your soft era. Or wait, do you have a soft era? Because say you're single right now, or do you have a soft era?
Yeah, but my soft era really hinges on me.
Okay.
It's for me, my soft era is showing myself a lot more self-love and compassion to allow me to move in a less ornery way. I can admit that I'm a very ornery person.
Okay.
So to be less that, it's about showing myself some self-love and compassion and treating myself how I want to be treated.
I respect it.
And that's how I feel as an individual. Now, do you feel at work you have to be a little different, or
at work I'm a bitch?
I can't see that. Is it possible? Question.
Can you see it now?
Okay. Yes. Is it possible that the question is more about whether it's possible to rely on someone else other than yourself, soft, or have only yourself to rely on, me, myself, and I, hard? Right. So that's why I was kind of asking. So Leanne was saying she could, even though she's by herself, she could still be soft. But at work, definitely male-dominated field, you feel like you have to be more masculine at work, Leanne?
Yeah, I got to be a dog at work. There's no. I work with all men, so
okay.
There's no way for me to say, "Oh, sweetie."
So that's what I'm saying. Is that what soft means? You know, even if you're a woman who's in her softness, can you still be stern when you need to be? And does that make you in a masculine energy? Yes, Bradley.
That makes you a bitch.
Right. But does that make you masculine?
In a man's eyes, yes. Because a lot of men, and I'm not talking about you, but there are certain men who find everything about a woman being assertive or standing up for themselves or just putting work, business ahead of being your friend a threat. And you're a bitch.
Gotcha. No, yeah, right. So I understand that a little bit more. Like I think that some women can be assertive, but they're still feminine, right? They're not. I don't see it as a masculine trait. when a woman can, turn that switch on, like, hey, look, fall back. That's just you exerting your,
Yeah, the unfortunate part about being in certain
yeah, it's just how it's
industries,
looked at.
if I was in a different industry, maybe I could flip a switch. Like if
Right.
I was in a more admin business role, but being though I'm around guys who do heavy lifting and man stuff,
Gotcha.
you can't flip a switch because they don't know how to fall in line. Like if I give you an inch, you'll take a mile.
Right. Okay.
And that's just every time.
And I get it. It makes more sense that way to me because, and Don, what you said is real. Like, as not being a woman, I can't understand, right? I can never understand exactly how you feel about that situation or yada, yada, yada. So I'm really asking questions because it's really interesting to me. And I really didn't understand, but both how you both put it makes it a little bit more clearer to me. And like Leanne said, it's also how they look at it. But they're labeling you as this. If you're not being that, they're labeling you as, oh, she's masculine because she, like you said, stood up for herself, or she's and that goes to the two, I think, and that's what I was gonna say earlier. I think a lot of this is what is propaganda. It's what's been fed to us, and we started to believe it, right? We started to believe this divide that we have that may have not really been there, but it's been fed to us so many times. We're like, oh, she's masculine because she's strong, independent woman, and that's looked at as being masculine. She's paying her own bills, and I know a lot of women pay her own bills.
Her own car.
Right? But they still way mad into their femininity. You feel me? They're still paying bills to me, and that's why I said don't make you masculine or feminine. Doing chores around the house don't make you. She go cut the grass. Don't make her masculine or feminine either, right? She cutting like Miss Park in little shorts. Hey, let's go. But because I said it's a state of being, but I get what you both are saying, and I definitely thank you guys for sharing that. That was
good.
That was cool. That was
nice.
Cool. Donnie was getting kind of got hyped at me. Look at that. She's like, you.
I think it's beautiful that there can be two women that can tell you our whole truth, and it can be completely different. And I'm good with that too. Again, I don't think that I'm less feminine because I have to pay bills. I just, I think that we should stop limiting the soft era and comparing it to something that is like a weakness. Like there's a lot of strong women that still want to be able to relax for a second, just like we want you to be able to relax. And I also want you to understand that too. We want men to be able to relax too. We really do. We want everybody to be able to chill.
I ain't never heard that. They said you work and we stay home. That's all I ever hear. I don't know if being self-sufficient is what is considered manly. It's not. It's not putting up with anyone's shit. Right. I agree. Then you're a ball buster. Yeah, you're a ball buster, Leanne. You said you're not a B. You're a ball buster. Right. I think we have to reframe this conversation as well, because I don't want women to feel like they're masculine because they pay their own bills. They're going to agree, but people see it as manly. Right. And we shouldn't see just because people are doing certain tasks and make it more manly or feminine, like, oh, he's washing dishes or he's doing laundry. These are called grown-up things that we do. It's called living.
Absolutely. Exactly. Respectfully wrap it up.
You know what I mean? Leanne, you cutting it off. People are talking. We're engaging with the people. Leanne.
It's been 2 hours, bro. It's been 2 hours, bro. I'll let you go over 8 minutes.
We're gonna give him a cliffhanger. Join us next week for another episode of.
You took a nap in the middle of this. What are you talking about?
Wrap it up.
I thought my thing froze, and she already taking naps. About wrap it up. But no, hey, this was a real good conversation, and I like that you everybody who joins in. Okay, put it up real fast. But finally, I got the app and can add.
Okay, that's Pink Fairy. Okay,
Pink Fairy. We need a picture. But Hey, we want to thank everybody for joining.
Pink Onyx.
Onyx. I know that. I remember that club. We want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Thanks everybody who joined us. The comments were great. We're gonna go calm down now. People are getting a little frustrated. I broke it down to you as easy as I could. Like,
You don't get it. You idiot.
hey, join us next week for more people to talk about me like this and be mean to me. This is what they do here. They're mean and they pile on. They knew Vaughn wasn't here. Vaughn was in the chat. He was like, "Yo, what are they talking about?" He was going crazy. And I wish my phone was working. But he'll be back next week on camera. Please check us out on Facebook, Nothing But Answers. Join our group. And then as well on YouTube, Nothing But Answers. Please like, subscribe, and share. We want to get the numbers up so we get an algorithm so more people can see this. We'll be putting out more shorts and things of that nature. There's probably some shows and stuff coming up. Join the room. We'll see it. It's late. Leanne, hit the button. Everybody have a good night. Great show. Hit the button, Leanne.
Bye.